Dogs are so important to me as a farmer. Of course I use the Kelpie and Border Collie types to herd and obviously to guard my toolbox and my cottage while I'm away. But I also use guardian dogs. In the case of my farm, I use Maremmas. They come from central Italy. There's quite a few different breeds of guardian dogs that come from the Middle East or southern Europe. And what they do is guard stock. So they're not like a guard dog, like a German Shepherd or a Rottweiler, because in this case what they do is live with the stock and keep anything that is going to affect those stock away. So just over here we've got crows that are affecting the lambing ewes, and then the dogs will attack those crows to make sure that they stay away. With these guardian dogs, if they feel like there's a threat that they can't make go away, so if it's a pack of dingoes or some humans, they'll actually herd the livestock away. Now, they're not a herding dog, but they do herd the livestock away so that they're not going to be affected by whatever it is that they don't like. In a case where they can attack what's going to affect the livestock, like a fox or a single dingo, they'll actually go and attack that predator, and more often than not just rip him to bits. They're very, very aggressive dogs when something is going to attack their flock. Now, this over here is a perfect example of where you can see that the Maremma is taking the flock away from the sheepdog. He's not going to attack that sheepdog because he has been acclimatised and he knows that sheepdog is meant to be doing that job. But they're a brilliant, brilliant breed of dog that protects my sheep from all those nasties that we have in Australia. And what that means is I don't have to use 1080, which is a poisonous bait which not only kills what it's supposed to, and that is wild dogs, dingoes and foxes, but it also kills people's companion dogs and their herding dogs, which is a really, really bad thing. So if he's going to live out here all the time with his sheep, we have to give him food that's he can access himself. Now I've just made up these little containers here. They just hang on the fence. Now they hang down like that, and they're protected from the rain. They're protected from ants because they're hanging on the fence, because meat ants are a big eater of any food. What I feed them is just dry dog biscuits. So we chuck that in there. Now that amount of food there is going to last this Maremma an entire week. You can see the Maremma there. He's trying to protect them. He's not attacking the Kelpie in any way, but he is making sure that he's going to be around. Now, if the Kelpie did actually attack one of those sheep, he would be right in there and take a chunk out of that Kelpie. But at the minute, the Kelpie's just doing his job, so the Maremma is just standing back. So just like that, the feed goes on the fence, so we can get to it. Come. Come. Yeah. So I just leave that feed there on the fence for him. It's out of the way so that no ants can get it. Foxes are not going to get it because it's a little bit too high for them, and also the dog will mark this area, and they'll mark that with feces and also with urine, and that's to keep those things away. But that'll last him a whole week. And you think that's probably not much feed, but the thing is that the Maremma lives mostly on feces, and that's feces of the little baby lambs and also the older sheep. And you may think, hey, wait a second, what do you mean it's eating feces? Dogs actually eat a lot of feces. That's a big part of their diet. And so if your dog's eating feces in your backyard, or when it comes across horse droppings or sheep droppings out in the open, that's because dogs naturally do eat feces. So don't worry about that at all. It's a big part of his diet, and I just supplement him with the dog pellets. But they do a tremendous job, and I wouldn't be able to farm sheep in the region that I live, which borders a huge amount of forest country that's full of wild dogs and dingoes. I wouldn't be able to do anything without these guys. So I've got to make sure I always look after them.